Hi, my name is Emily, and I'm a freelance graphic designer who helps churches and ministry organizations set up and manage their websites in the B1 platform. Today, I'm going to be walking you through the steps on setting up a blog post or setting up a newsletter or news articles that'll be something that is frequently added and updated to your website. There are a few steps, such as adding and linking pages, that I'm going to go through fairly quickly on this tutorial. But if that's something that you missed or you need help with, you can check out a previous video on adding pages. All right, let's get into it. We are going to log in to B1 and select your church. I'm going to be using the Helper Connection as an example for this site. They currently have a blog set up and just need to know how to continually add updates to that site. So I've logged in and I have selected my church, so you should be able to hover over your name and go into the admin portal. Once we are in the admin portal, then we are going to go over here to the top left and do the drop down to website. After you've done that, you should see a list of your pages, and if not, then just hit the tab for pages. Okay, the first thing that you're going to want to do is add a page for your landing page for your blog post, and you want to link that to your header. So here I've already created a page for the blog, and I've already linked it over on the header, and I'll show you here on their site. So right here at the top, when you hit blog, it takes you to the page, the Helper blog, and then it has a landing spot and an image for each blog post. So you can see that the actual blog post page doesn't contain any of the actual blog post. It's just going to be the landing page that's going to direct you to each post. So if you were to click on the text, that's going to take you to a sub page that has the actual blog post. Okay, so let's walk through the steps on adding a new blog post. So the first thing that we're going to go to is our blog page, and we're going to hit the blue pencil to select the blog page and then edit content. Okay, and that's going to open up our content page, and you can see these are all the blog posts that have already been added. So I'm going to scroll to the very bottom here, right, and I'm going to add a new blog post. Okay, so in the upper right hand corner, I'm going to hit the plus add content button, and for this one I'm going to do text with photo. So you could add a text box, and you could add a photo box, but for this one I've already set it up so that it's the text with the photo. So I'm going to do text with photo. I'm going to click and drag, and I want to make it just right below this previous post. All right, next I need to hit select photo, and if I have the image already uploaded, I can select the image, but this is a new blog post. I haven't uploaded the image before, so I need to go ahead and upload that. All right, I'm going to hit upload, and then I'm going to find the image that I want to use, and I'm going to hit update once it's loaded in there. And then this will be at the very bottom of my uploads. Okay, it's here. I'll select that. Add a photo label if you'd like. But what's most important here is the photo position. So I have these set up so that the photo position is at the top and the text is at the bottom. So I will put top here, and then text alignment, all of them have been left, justified, and then I will enter the title of the blog post. All right, I have the title in there, and then I have this previously set to be a heading 3. Okay. So that's saved in there. The only other thing that we'll come back to this text element when we are ready to link our page. So for now, I'm just going to go ahead and hit save so I can see how it has loaded in there. And I want to make sure that it looks like everything else on my page. And it looks good. The text size looks fine. It's not linked yet, so that it's not the same color, but we'll get to that part. Okay, now we have it loaded. We are going to go ahead and save this by hitting done at the top left. And then I need to go back to my pages. Okay, and I'm going to have to add a page that is not available on the header. So there's no way that someone can just come into the Helper Connection website and scroll and find that specific post. So there's no drop down for the blog post fasting. This will be directed directly from the blog. So we aren't going to add that in the header up here. So let me go back to B1 here. So you're not going to see it over here on the left-hand side. You're just going to have a page here. Okay, so let's add just a page. In the upper right-hand corner, we're going to hit the plus sign and the blog post title. And this one, we'll label fasting and hit save. And then you'll be able to see that alphabetical here on your list of pages. So the thing that you need to pay attention to is the path. So this blog post title was really simple. So it's just going to be /fasting. But if you have something that is a little more lengthy, so like this divinely encoded to nature right here, you'll notice that it has some dashes in it. So make sure that you copy and paste directly from the page path. Okay, so I'm going to copy that path just using Command C, or you could right click, and it's /fasting. So now I want to go back to my blog page. Okay, so here's the blog page. I'm going to hit the blue pencil and hit edit content and go down to my new blog post and go back in here because I want to edit this text. So I'm going to highlight the word fasting, and up here in your options, there is a link, and I'm just going to paste or copy down that path. So it should be /fasting. I don't want to make this a button. I'm just going to make this a standard link. And because we're staying within the page, we're not redirecting to a different website, I'm not going to open in a new window. So I'm just going to hit save and save again. And then you'll see that that has changed to a different color, same as the others, so now it's linkable. That's all we have to do on our blog page. So I'm going to hit done, and we won't need to come back to that one. So I'm going to go back to pages up here at the top, and then we can go in and edit our actual blog post. So I'm going to scroll down until I find the fasting page, and I'm going to hit the pencil and then edit content. So this is going to be a completely blank page. This you can set up however you'd like. You can have the appearance look however you want. You can add multiple pictures or different elements, but for this one I'm just going to duplicate everything that was previously on the Helper Connection blog. So this is all going to be uniform to all the blog posts. All right, so in the upper right hand corner, I'm going to click add content, and you always have to add a section first. And I'm just going to keep this one a white section with black text, make it easy to read. And then I'm going to hit add content again, and I'm going to do text with photo again. So this one right here is the primary element of the page. It's not in a row, so nothing is going to be smaller or in different rows. I'm going to select that same photo, and I shouldn't have to upload that again since I already did. It should be there. All right, I'm going to hit fasting. For this one, I want the photo position to be on the bottom because I want the blog post title to be at the top. So I'm going to type in the blog post title and type that in there. and then I'm going to make that a heading 3 and hit save, and that's going to load in there. So if you want to change the sizing, maybe you're like, you want it to be a little bit bigger, you can change the heading size to however you like. All right, so I have the title of my blog post, I have the image associated with my blog post. Now I can add the actual content for the blog. So I am going to add just a text box, and I'm going to click and drag that below my image. And then this is where you can add your content. So you could go ahead and type your content directly on here. I could write my blog post about fasting here, or I could copy and paste from a Word document or wherever you have drafted that from. So I'll put that here, and then you can edit the size. So I'm going to do it a heading 4 just to match all the previous posts. If you have something that's super lengthy, you could keep it normal. If you have something smaller, you could do it like a heading 3. But I would, to keep things consistent, keep it at a heading 4. All right, and then you'll hit save, and you can see that the content is below. Okay, I'm going to add a little more text just so you can kind of see about how it fills out. This is just some filler font here. You can see that when you load, if you copy and paste things in, if they are different boldness, you can see that this is still normal and this is a heading 4. So if I want to keep them all the same, then I will go in and make sure that they are a heading 4 size. Hit save, and you can see how that starts to fill out for your blog post. One other thing, if you, there were a couple blog posts that had photos at the bottom, so maybe you're typing about an event that you were at and you want to add a few photos. I think the best way to do that is to add a row at the bottom of the page. So I'll show you how to do that. In the upper right hand corner again, we're going to add content, and we're going to click on row and drag that to the bottom, and then we will do thirds. If you had 4 pictures, you could do quarters. For this one, I'm just going to do thirds to show you, and that is it shows you how it's going to break up your page. So hit save, and you'll see that that row is loaded in here. And then we can just drag and drop our image element. So I'll just select a photo that's already on your site. And this could be images that are associated with your blog post. Save. So add content, image, click and drag. Select your photo. If your photo isn't loaded in there, you would upload that. We'll use one that is already uploaded and hit save. And then you can see there's images added to your blog post at the bottom of your text. Okay, so we have our blog post is finished. Make sure you hit done in the top left-hand corner. All right, if you go back to pages, you can see that there's your blog post. These are your main navigation on the left. So let's look at what's going to look like when we have everything loaded in your blog. So I'm going to go back to the website to check. I'm going to go over here to blog, scroll down until I find the blog post that we just added. Right, there it is. I click, and when I click, it should direct me to it. All right, directed me to it. Has the title, the image, the text, and the photos. Okay, I'm going to quickly just show you if you decide you want to remove a blog post or there's something that's outdated that you no longer want to have on your site. I'll show you how to do that, and I'll go ahead and delete this fasting page. So back in our main navigation, we are at pages, and then I would just simply go down here to fasting and hit edit, and then in the upper right hand side hit delete. Are you sure you wish to permanently delete this page? Hit OK. And then that will no longer be on your pages. The only other thing that you'll need to do is go in and delete that from your actual blog post page. So we're going to hit edit on blog, edit content, scroll to the bottom, and then I will double click here and hit delete and OK. And then it's back to normal. Make sure I hit done. All right, that's it. You have successfully added a blog page and a blog post to your website. This can be really beneficial in keeping your community updated on what is happening with your church or your ministry organization. If you have any questions about something that I went over, you can leave that below in the comments. If there is a part of this tutorial that went a little bit too fast, check out my previous videos. And if you're ever interested in working with me, there is a link below on a free website evaluation and a meeting scheduler. I hope this was helpful for you, and I will see you in the next video.